Introducing a new vehicle to Kia's EV lineup and our first ever fully electric sedan. My name's Gabby, this is the Kia Hyundai channel, and today we're here to introduce the Kia EV4, a vehicle that I'm very amped to talk about. This vehicle is built on Kia's eGMP platform. I realized I said platform twice, but that's okay. This vehicle utilizes 400-volt infrastructure for charging, and it's quite impressive. The size of this vehicle is fantastic. You have tons of usable space, a lot of standard technology, impeccable range, and it looks really cool. We'll first start off with the front end of the car, work our way on the inside, and talk about the powertrain specs and estimated range. First things first, on the front end, it's definitely in Kia's current design language family. It does kind of look like a mismatch of some of our other current vehicles. That's what Charlotte and I have suggested, but it makes it work. So we have a vertical amber daytime running light, which I realize is off. All of our cars are off for some reason, but we're still going to try and make it work with bold, bright LED headlamps. Now this vehicle will also have those signature small cube lights that we see on vehicles like the Kia EV9 or the Kia K4, which I think will look very stylish on the car. You also have forward parking sensors. These are ultrasonic circular sensors and a great radar plate right in the very dead center. This vehicle will come with a lot of advanced driver assistance systems based on its standard model. So regardless of the trim level that you get, you will get fantastic safety and tech. And it only amps up from there. If you do opt for the GT line that we have here today, you get a really good array of safety tech and luxe comfort. One thing I will point out about this car though, it's built to fit into a fantastic price point. So if you do not want to spend lots and lots of money on an EV, this may be the car for you. Of course, pricing has not officially been released, but if you follow along to the Kia Hyundai channel, we will tell you as soon as we find out. Now let's work our way towards the side. One thing I really do love about this EV that some EVs don't necessarily do well is the wheels. So we'll work our way to the alloys. This is again the GT line trim level. So this is where you'll find your largest wheel pack. I think they look fantastic. They still have more of a traditional design, not necessarily an aero blade that looks like an airplane propeller. These will still do the functionality of creating a vehicle that is very efficient and streamlined, but still stylish. I think they've done it well. This vehicle also has a fantastic drag coefficient. It's actually better than the Porsche 911 GTS. And this is a heavy EV. All right, a couple more things I'll point out. We have our charge door mounted on the driver's side with a NACS, North American Charging Standard port. This vehicle is capable of fast charging from 10 to 80% in about 23 minutes. And again, it's based off our 400-volt charging infrastructure, not 400/800 volts, just 400. That will again make this vehicle a little bit more affordable. So if you are in the market for an EV, it should be less of a jump scare when you look at the pricing. Coming along to the back end of this vehicle, you'll notice it's got a little bit of a funky rear end. It's semi-fastback, semi-SUV, semi-sedan. There's a lot going on over here, but one thing I will say, the space in the cargo area is very impressive. Along the body, we do have our pop-out style door handles. So with the vehicle unlocked, they will be out. Once you're driving the car, they'll go flush with the body, aiding in the aerodynamics. Again, that's why this one is more streamlined than the Porsche. Underneath the vehicle, everything is completely flat, channeling airflow past the car, minimizing air resistance, minimizing drag. All right, let's pop open the cargo area. This is one of the few cars that is actually allowing us to open its liftgate. We've tried so hard with so many other vehicles and none of them have worked. Now it is going to be dark, but again, in the sedan world, usually there's a lot of cargo space, but with a fairly small opening. This is a fairly generous sized opening. It's not too high, it's not too low, so lifting things into the back of your vehicle shouldn't be too hard. And we will have proximity entry as well too. So walk up simply to the back of your Kia K4 or EV4 and it should power open for you, which we love to see. You do have the option to knock down your rear seats if you need it to. It will do that. And that's about it for the liftgate. Now, if you are looking for the powertrains on this vehicle, we have two different battery pack options. So we have our shorter range, which offers a still very impressive mile range. These are estimates, of course, but we will give you the concrete ones and in the Canadian specs as soon as we find out. And we have a longer range with up to 330 estimated miles of range. Both of these vehicles are only available as front-wheel drive, or I should say both of these powertrains. So it's a single motor, electric motor system. And it's a very impressive car. Charlotte's going to take you guys on a tour of the inside where we can see the abundance of space that we have and the driver setup. Hey everyone, it's Charlotte from the Kia Hyundai channel, and let's take a look at the interior of the all-new Kia EV4. Now, before we do, can I just hear a little bit of commotion for the seats? Like, look at these. Look how fun this is. I love the insert design, the two-tone look, and the GT line debossing. Fantastic. And to top it all off, they're incredibly comfortable to boot too. So let's take a look at the driver's side door at some of the comfort and convenience controls that we see located right here. So continuing with the two-tone design, but a little bit different look. So everything is still going to be door mounted. You can see we have available heated and ventilated seats. Our heated steering wheel button is here too, and available memory seats, which is perfect for a multi-driver household. We're going to see power folding mirrors, which you can sync to your memory seats as well, which is great to see in the sedan segment. For our windows, we have two obstacle detecting and pinch protected, and down below, bottle holder and available Harman Kardon premium sound system. So definitely a nice ride, and this is only just the driver's side door. The seats themselves, so they have a little bit of texture to them. They are powered, and you can even see that we'll have a driver's knee extender too, so perfect for those tall or small drivers. On this side, we have a brightness adjuster, electronic parking brake, you have the release for the trunk and your traction control, and then this is just the first glimpse of the dash where we're going to see more of the two-tone look. Directly ahead of me, we've got our steering wheel. It's flat on the top and flat on the bottom, very much K4-esque with the off-centered Kia logo. From here, you can see our driving controls, our media controls, and our paddle shifters. But these are not paddle shifters in the sense that you are able to manually manipulate your gears. They're actually going to be used to adjust the levels of regenerative braking that your vehicle is going to have. And we have some new news in regards to regenerative braking. So if you guys have been watching or are a fan of Kia and Hyundai product, you're probably familiar with iPedal or one-pedal driving. Now you're actually going to be able to use that when the vehicle is put into reverse, which is big news, but also for your regular driving and your regenerative braking settings, they're going to be able to be saved. They're going to default back to the setting instead of you having to adjust it every time you turn off the vehicle and get back into it. That is that's a little thing, but a huge thing in terms of customer convenience, in my opinion. From there, you'll notice that we have our lighting stock and our wiper stock. And the nice thing about the steering wheel, and this is actually a benefit because we have the door open right now, is because of these notches in the side, it's going to allow you to very clearly see your power band and also your speedometer when it is powered on. It's very likely, and although this vehicle is not turned on, that we will see a 12.3-inch screen or available 12.3-inch screen for our fully digitized instrument cluster. I'll have Gabby come around and we'll talk more about what we can be expecting for the center. So in the center, we're actually going to have not one, but two screens. So right here, and you're not going to be able to pick it up on camera, but this is going to be a dedicated 5-inch climate control panel. So this is going to have your HVAC controls on them in a more in-depth way. Over here is going to be another 12.3-inch screen, which is going to be multimedia. In this vehicle, we are going to be seeing Kia and Hyundai's new CCNC software, which we see in vehicles like the EV9, the Kia Sorento, the K4, lots that we see for sure. It's also going to come standard with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and Kia Connect. Now this whole setup, this is a mix between the EV9 and the K4 in my opinion, but you'll notice that we have buttons here that are going to provide some haptic feedback. We have a roller dial as well, and then quick controls for your temperature. Down below, if you want to use any type of wire connectivity, we have dual USB-Cs, a 12-volt, and a wireless phone charger. Now there's tons of storage space in this vehicle, and that's largely has to do with the fact that it's a completely flat floor, but also the fact that our shifter has now been moved to be column mounted. So that's over here, and of course we have our engine, not our engine, but our vehicle start-stop button. I'm too used to seeing engine. In the center area here, I'm not too sure if you caught it, but that's actually where our cup holders are going to be located, and they are that guillotine style as well, so they pop out, and then you have more available storage space here. For some other driving and convenience controls, we have auto hold, our rear view camera, our parking sensors, and downhill braking assist, which actually kind of looks like the K4 a little bit, or sorry, the EV4 a little bit. More storage space in here. Your center console, which opens up and has a decent amount of weight to it, but it provides you a little bit of hidden storage. Up top, we have a black cloth headliner, and you can see that we have the hint or the inkling, because we can't open it right now, of a sunroof. But let's go and take a look at what we see in the second row. So this is the second row of the EV4, and you can see that we have some more fun detailing when it comes to the seats and continuing with the two-tone look all the way across the top, which I think looks fantastic. Now, one of the best part about EVs, specifically Kia and Hyundai's EVs, is the fact that they utilize a completely flat floor. So look at this. That means even if I'm sitting in this middle seat, I have the same depth of legroom that my two counterparts here would be having. So it's fantastic to see that. It just makes it a little bit more comfortable for everyone involved.
The seats themselves, they have a little bit of a unique and funky design to them, and that's because they're going to double as a coat rack or a bag holder, meaning I don't have to clutter up my feet space, my leg room here with my stuff. Instead, I can go here and I can use the full extent of this leg room. For some amenities back here, I like the fact that we have integrated USB-Cs, rear air vents for some climate control back here, and a convenience pocket with 2 additional seat back mounted pockets. In the center area here, I'll just pull down the center console, adjustable with cup holders, and overall very exciting. Now we are expected to see the EV4 in dealerships early next year, so we still have a little bit of time to go before we see it. But if you guys want to know more about pricing, trims that are going to be available, and an even tighter timeline, make sure that you subscribe to the Kia Hyundai channel, because we are going to be the first ones to tell you about what's going on with all of the new product that Kia and Hyundai have debuted here at the New York International Auto Show. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, like this video, and comment down below what you think of Kia's first all-electric sedan.